changed over time as an art form by Abir Intesar. About me and my topic. Hi, my name is Abir Intesar and I'm 18 years old. I was born in Canada, but my background is Bangladesh. My topic, as the title said, is how music has evolved as technology has advanced over the years. How it started. The Phonograph Part 1. The first instance of recorded music started with Thomas Edison inventing the phonograph. The phonograph is an amazing piece of technology. The way it worked was you would shout at this little needle on one side of the cylinder while spinning the handle. The needle would then vibrate to your voice, making small scratches inside the cylinder where there was tinfoil. These small scratches or grooves would vibrate and play whatever you had shouted into it back at you about 3 times before the tinfoil inside teared up and became ruined. This was one of Edison's favorite inventions, as he called it his baby. The only way to listen to music back in this time was to sing it to yourself or get a friend to sing for you and listen to it 2 to 4 times and repeat, which is very interesting to me. This is definitely a much different time than today, and imagine how angry people would be when they didn't like their friends singing and wasted their tinfoil inside. In 1887, almost 10 years later, Thomas Edison got help from Alexander Graham Bell and improved on the phonograph, creating the gramophone. The gramophone had better audio output and could play music longer compared to the phonograph. The gramophone was better because Thomas Edison moved from the tinfoil cylinders to wax cylinders. The disc gramophone. Enough with the cylinders, as we move on to the next technological advancement, which is discs, the one everyone is familiar with. In 1890, Emil Berliner created a gramophone without cylinders and used flat discs that changed the world. Fun fact, the first song ever recorded on the disc gramophone was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. The Victrola. The Victrola started it all. Up until now, music could barely be played as the recording time was too short and too expensive. The Victrola changed this, allowing discs to be bought and used as many times until the machine broke or failed. The Victrola also changed the look from a music player to 1920s furniture style. The richer you were at the time, the more beautiful your Victrola was. They could be bought for only $15 at the time, but ranged all the way to $600 for things like gold sprayed insides and better speakers. The Victrola consists of the player and disc holder covered by a hood, and all the compartments hidden inside a cupboard-like drawer. The Victrola dominated the 1920s and became more and more popular as the decade went on. Vinyl was used for many decades from the 50s all the way to the 80s. At first the discs were made by shellac, a resin secreted by female lac-bugs in the forests of India and Thailand, but soon after the discs were made by polyvinyl chloride, where vinyl got its name. A vinyl could hold up to 40 minutes of music and be replayed hundreds of times. Audio quality was also a severe upgrade compared to previous music forms. Vinyl were mass-produced by labels as it was the most dominant form of music until the digital age. Now on to the optical age and music on the go. As we all know, these last few music forms are considered furniture and are not mobile. This introduced the cassette tapes when the Philips company from the Netherlands invented them in 1962. It consisted of a small pocketable tape recorder that would allow you to listen on the go, whether you're taking a walk or sitting patiently in a car. Cassettes were great and accessible as anyone could take music and put it on a cassette, allowing them to make mixtapes. The cassette tape could hold 35 to 40 minutes of music, and later the number increased to almost 120 minutes of music. This also introduced people making their own music and using cassettes as an introduction to a record label. Next to compact discs, or CDs. The CD is a form we are most familiar with. It was meant for music, and it was better than vinyl in every way. But it became a storage option, which evolved into something bigger. The CD was great and could hold up to 75 minutes of music. CDs used a new type of technology using light and wavelengths to show data. CDs later went on to be used for things like movies, video games, and smaller things like holding pictures and everyday files. Lastly, the digital age. The digital age includes programs like Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube Music, and much more. This type of music was ported into apps on our phone and computers to listen to music anywhere with the click of a button. It started off with the iPod and MP3 players, where you could load a song from your computer like a cassette without any components and need for tapes. Now music is confined to an app where anyone can post music for free, and artists are growing by the number every day. The amount of music that can be played is unlimited, and albums no longer have space requirements, which was a huge issue of the past, being restricted to 40 to 75 minutes. Songs now don't have to be purchased for artists and labels to make money. They make money off streams and people just listening. Conclusion. It is crazy to see how far music has come, from Thomas Edison's phonograph and being able to play a song 3 times before the tinfoil being ruined, to the digital age where music has no limits but the artists themselves. Thank you for listening to my presentation.